Tonight, on this very special Halloween episode of Monday Night Movies, Anthony Tran from Trippy Tran Films joins us. I'm Michael C. Potter, your host of Monday Night Movies, a place where local filmmakers can showcase their work on public access television here at Media Central. And now, Monday Night Movies. Hi everybody, I'm Michael C. Potter. I'm your host for Monday Night Movies, and I'm here with Anthony Tran. And he's got a couple of different movies that we're going to be showing today. So why don't you tell us about those movies?
All right, the first one you're probably going to see is called Coexist. It's a psychological horror. I don't want to give too much away because it's a very trippy film. Once you watch it from the beginning and you see it at the end, you kind of want to play it backwards in your mind. Cool. It kind of does its own thing, so pay attention to the details in that film.
All right. Just dropping some hints along the way there?
Just a little. It's definitely a horror. Not too campy. It has its moments. I think it's fun. It's definitely a different type of film, but some might relate to other types.
It's great. Different. Perfect for Halloween.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, awesome. Could be good for the audience to see for Halloween tonight.
Very good. Yeah. So you've got that one, and then you've got a couple more. You've got Coexist. You've got. Remind me of the other names of the film.
Another one that will be shown is Duality. It's a movie we did in 2008 through the Brown Mackey Movie Challenge. Okay. It's like an in-house competition similar to like the 48, except you get 3 days. And that's about a girl who does a sleep deprivation study while she's going through some pretty rough times in her life. And she ends up staying awake for 3 days and going through her own problems and responsibilities kind of get the best of her. And she starts to get in tune with her mind in a whole different way that she had anticipated.
Very cool. That sounds very interesting. And then you have a third film.
Well, I have another. It's a trailer. It's a teaser trailer to another film. It's called Obliquity, which is actually, in a way, it's a sequel to Duality, but it also is Duality, if that makes sense. Basically, with Duality being a short film, we wanted to expand the idea that we had and kind of go off of that and add more depth in character development and more stuff to that. So Obliquity is actually Duality and then extended past Duality. So once you watch Duality, Obliquity will come out next year. Okay. And that'll be the entire film idea of what that story is really about.
Very cool, very cool. So tell me a little bit about your filmmaking background.
When I was 12 years old, I wrote my first script. I just always loved writing, and I always wanted to see it translated into film, and that's kind of been like a passion of mine. Yeah. So I just kept with it, try to get people together when you're 12. Nobody really does it. They say they'll do it, of course, but they don't. Right. You're young. When I hit 16, I went to Scarlet Oaks Vocational School, my junior year of high school, and that really opened up some doors for me to actually experiment with editing and picking up cameras and stuff like that. So I was able to, I tried to make a film then too. It was mainly just shots, like composing shots and editing. Right. Not too much big on the lighting. I didn't know anything about that. Yeah. It was more, it was a horror spoof film. That's what it was. It never got finished. But
never got finished.
No, I have like 14 scenes to it.
You're going to go back and finish it?
I want to. Yeah? It's a crazy film though.
You should do it where it picks up 14 years later, and you're like, but that sounds very cool. That sounds very cool. So what was the first film that you completed?
Well, after I went to Scarlet Oaks, I started, a couple years passed, and I went to college at Brown Mackey. I was 19 years old, and they had the in-house competition that they have every year called the Big Movie Challenge. And I I was the writer for that film. The director didn't want to do it because, well, there was issues with Vistaprint.
Okay.
It was funny. Brown Mackey had their system updated for 2003 Word, and mine was on 2007, so it wasn't compatible. And this was 2007.
Right. Yeah.
So the translation of the script got all jumbled, and there's symbols, and the guy couldn't read it, and we had a week to make the film.
Oh.
So he ended up not doing it, and I don't think he liked the idea of a character we have. Called Titney Spears. So that actually ended up being my first short when I had my video production class.
Okay.
It was the first film I directed and wrote, and I completed that. It's a 12-minute short comedy. It's about celebrity impersonators trying to fight their way through who's the best, impersonator with their personalities. Got Elvis, got Napoleon Dynamite, you got Britney Spears, trying to see who's the best based on their personalities during that time era of 2007.
Very cool.
So that's the first one I finished.
So who'd you say your influences are?
Oh man, I mean, everyone says they have influences. I know I have influences. Just watching movies and TV so many years. To pull them out specifically, I mean, to name people, I don't really follow up with directors like I should. I really feel like I should, but I've been so busy with my own projects, to be honest. Movies that I like, at least, I like American Beauty. The first Final Destination I thought was cool, was different.
Yeah.
Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, those kind of movies for being like horror.
Yeah.
I like those kind of things.
So is that your favorite genre, is horror, or do you kind of just like doing all kinds?
I like it all.
Yeah.
For real. I don't get to experiment too much lately because I've been trying to redo. Well, not redo, but like add to Duality as a sequel that continues the psychological thriller. I've been in that movie we've been working on that for 2 years.
That's a long time.
Very long time.
Now, is this a feature? Is it a short? Or
it's a feature. It's a community film project too in the greater Cincinnati area.
Oh, okay.
So I've been trying to unite people. We don't have a budget. I'm 23 years old.
Right.
Trying to get people together and just kind of been doing things, getting people in, and people say they'll do it. They do a couple scenes, and then not all the things are there, and then they back out, and then we have to keep retracing our steps.
Yep.
So right now we're taking a hiatus actually from the film and picking up back next year.
Okay.
And producers that I'm working with now, Sovereign Entertainment, they're going to be doing that with us next year and actually putting it all together for us.
Good deal. So what kind of equipment are you using to make these films?
Right now we have the Sony HDVs. They've been around for a while. I know Brown Mackey has them. I've experimented with the JVC HDs. I don't know the model numbers.
That's
but
they all kind of just run together anyways. The ABX 2004 7.
Just updates, right?
Yeah. It gets ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameras out there for sure.
Yeah. You using any lights? Are you using any sound equipment? Or
got to. We try to do better production quality, even though we don't have a budget.
Yeah.
We have access to like Omnis or Smith Victors.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to use dollies when we have the chance. We used glide cams a couple times. Those can be kind of a pain though.
Calibrating them so that they are, balanced. They don't like swing all over the place. Yeah, absolutely.
And jibs, stuff like that sometimes when we get the chance.
Great, that's great. Where do you typically get your equipment? Do you borrow? Do you rent? Do you own?
Well, when I went to Brown Mackey, I graduated in 2009 for my associates.
Okay.
We used their equipment for a while, but since I don't go there anymore, it's kind of hard unless I know a student that actually can help us out.
Right.
And wants the experience or internship. With Sovereign Entertainment, our producer Christopher Wesley, he owns his own equipment. He has his own Sony HDV. He has his own light kits, has boom mic, shotgun, pretty much the necessities for filming.
That's great.
At least the basics.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part of the filmmaking process? Yeah, I mean, do you like writing the best, directing, or post-production?
I love it all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love writing because I love creating and dialogue and putting in like contemporary kind of like situations in today's world that's kind of like masked in some of Hollywood, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like, at least in Cincinnati and Kentucky, that there's like a different lingo almost. Maybe that has spread from the West Coast or whatever happened.
Yeah.
it's not always in films anymore. I like that. I like to implement some stuff that I've seen in my life. Being on set is probably the most awesome thing ever. I mean, it's stressful before you get there.
Yeah.
It's stressful when you're there.
Yep. Yep.
It's like
it's a crazy time, you know. It's a lot of hurry up and wait, and then it's basically crisis management, right?
Right. Constantly.
Which kind of leads me into the next question. What kind of crazy experiences, or do you have any crazy stories of things that have happened on sets that you've had to kind of overcome, and how did you do it?
Well, having a great cast that is committed is very helpful. When there was a situation when we filmed Duality, we had to shoot that film in 3 days. And
how long of a film is it?
It was originally supposed to be an 8-minute short. That was the guideline for the competition. It ended up being a 16-minute. So it actually doubled its length after we were finished.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So what all happened on that?
Well, there's a wood scene that you'll see near the end of the film.
Okay.
Shouldn't give away too much, but basically we weren't able to finish it during the 3 days. So we had to go back a month later and film it. And we went from September to October, and this is 2008, and the weather changed drastically. Oh. So the girl had a tank top on and like pajama pants.
Right.
And now she has to wear that in the freezing cold.
Oh, man.
So we put her in blankets between takes.
I'd say that's pretty committed then. Yeah. Wow.
She did it.
How cold was it out there when she was wearing the...
We definitely could see her breath. I know that much.
Yeah. That's rough. That's commitment.
Yeah, and she even talks about it in one of the interviews on the videos you'll see.
Yeah. Any other experiences on any of your other films?
There's a lot.
horribly wrong.
Actors late when you need them to be there. You have so much to do. I mean, granted, it's a community film project, but you need people to be there on time, or you plan an hour early and they'll show up an hour late and they'll be on time.
Yep.
I want to say, well, like one of our actors in Obliquity, he finished his scenes. We have 2 of the stories finished with Obliquity. There's 7 like stories that intertwine, and he is gone and moved to Denmark for 3 years. So we did all his ADR, we did all his scenes, and like right the day of, like before he left for Denmark. So we had to rush around.
Wow.
The girl he talks to in the movie, Amanda, she has long red hair in the movie. Well, she wanted to get it cut for Halloween because she wanted to be the chick from Kick-Ass. So she has this long, crazy red hair, and now, like with this one actress, there's a scene that she doesn't want to do anymore, and she's in that classroom scene with her. So if we were to recast, it'd be very difficult to put the character Amanda, who is played by Erin Wilkin, to actually be in that scene again because her hair is totally short and it would take forever for it to grow.
Yeah.
So it's just all these like people not keeping their hair consistent, not understanding the overall idea of the project. Like, you know, you can tell people that you need to, it's a 3-day study in a movie, and you gotta be consistent. A year passes and they don't want to keep it consistent. So
what are some of the most important things you've learned over the years of doing this?
Definitely prepare everything. Make sure you have all your elements, and what I've learned from Sovereign Entertainment too is they're trying to film their film 2 months for Devil's Point, which is the film in production right now that they're working on. Right. That we're working on. I'm co-producing it. Okay. And they're doing it in 2 months, and maybe that's how it should be, because that way people can, you know, every weekend film. Everything's consistent. Yep. All the elements are there, and just do it. Yeah. Very cool. So where can we see your movies outside of Monday Night Movies and other places like that? Well, I have a YouTube, but I don't actually have all my movies on there. Okay. You just have the trailers and things like that, or? Yeah, I have like 2 shorts on there because we're actually trying to release a DVD with these films. Okay. So it's kind of an exclusive thing. Woohoo! Hey. But yeah, youtube.com/TrippyTranFilms is my channel. Okay. And then the DVD, and then maybe premieres next year, hopefully. Okay, great. And so how as an indie filmmaker would you
go about promoting your film and getting your film out there outside of YouTube and doing things like this, the Monday Night Movies?
Well, I mean, definitely reading the posts. Sofa helps out a little bit. I'd say, word of mouth. Everyone I meet, I talk to them, I introduce myself, and I'll say, and sometimes people introduce me as, filmmaker, like, hey, this guy's a director. Yeah. Oh, really? What movie are you working on? And conversations start sparking, and people start to know, and I'm just like, hey, look at my YouTube or something. So a lot of word of mouth has gone around, especially with me being younger in a college student area. Like, more people, I guess, can hear about it. We're working on flyers. We're working on definitely. There's an idea from some of my crew that they wanted to get a billboard for when the movie came out.
Oh wow!
Should be. I don't know how expensive that is, but it would be pretty sweet to have that in Cincinnati.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
And opportunities like this. Not
a lot of people have taken that path, so it would definitely be an interesting new kind of way to get that out there. That'd be very interesting.
I think so too.
So you're working on Obliquity right now, right?
Well, we're taking a hiatus. We stopped filming actually in August.
Okay.
From 2009.
Do you have another project lined up in the meantime, or is it just kind of all focused on Obliquity?
Well, since it's better for the film to take the break right now, so everything can be organized. Like I said, I'm co-producing Devil's Point, and also I'm actually working on singing and writing an album.
Oh, very cool.
This is another side passion of mine.
Very cool. What kind of music?
It's it's like trance meets dubstep meets chill pop and rap. I don't know how to describe. It's a lot. It's different.
Very cool. Is that just under your own personal name, or do you have like a group name, or?
Well, I have like the composer and my engineer, producer. His name is Michael Sinenko. He goes by Sinanze or Serene.
Okay.
And I was thinking, my last name's Tran, so usually our film company is Tran Films, and I think some people get the misconception of our name. They think it's about drugs, or they think it's about things that shouldn't be.
Right.
They just get confused.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about changing it to Transcendental Man.
That's cool.
Let's go into that.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool. Yeah. Where could people hear your music when it's done?
Man. I guess I'd have to start a Facebook page. I haven't done it yet because I just went to the studio yesterday and we haven't even finished a song yet, and we've been working on it for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So
is there a Facebook page for Tran Films and all that?
Yeah, if you just type in Tran Films.
Okay. Great. So that's another way that people could find your things or your films is through Tran Films on Facebook. Do you have like a MySpace or any of those other social networking?
I do have a MySpace.
Twitter and all that.
I don't have a Twitter.
Okay.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I heard it's pretty cool, but
yeah, it can be confusing. It's a whole other language that you have to learn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Do you have a Twitter?
I do, and I basically use it just to try and figure out that other language because I see a bunch of hashtags and @ and I'm like, I don't understand what this means. I know something is being said here. I have no idea what it is. But yeah, so Facebook, you are on Facebook with Tran Films, and anything else as far as the social media networks and outlets and all those things. Did you say you had a MySpace?
I do. It's myspace.com/Tran Films. Okay. I haven't updated it in probably years though, honestly. Yeah. Facebook's probably the way to go right now.
Okay.
I've been looking for a website designer to help. We had one guy do it and he didn't follow through all the way. Okay. So I don't have a website yet. I have like a Lycos tripod site that I made a couple years ago too.
Okay.
It's just http://transistor with an O films.tripod.com.
Okay.
Because originally I was going to be Transistor Films.
Right.
Apparently someone in New York whose name has nothing to do with Tran has Transistor Films.
Of course.
So whatever.
Of course. That's how it always is, isn't it? You come up with a great name and you're like, oh great, somebody's got it.
Right.
I'll just spell it differently then.
With a Q. With us being, filmmakers in the area trying to network with people, everything that we do is community film projects. So right now we're trying to, if it's a movie and we're like trying to network and build and collaborate,
right.
We're totally down to work with anybody. And as well as if you want to be a part of Obliquity when we start it again next year, We're looking to promote bands, artists, photographers, talents, dancers. There's choreography in the movie. There's a lot of elements that we want to make this movie big in the greater Cincinnati area. We want to show that we have like great ideas to show the world.
That's great. That's great. So tell me more about your 3 films that we're going to be seeing tonight. Set it up for me. I'm somebody sitting on the couch at home, not knowing what I'm about to watch. Am I about to be scared? Am I about to be taken on a really like mind-bending journey? What kind of film am I about to watch?
Well, essentially the trademark with Trippy Tran films is it's going to be trippy. It's going to put you in a world. It's going to get you lost in it, and it might make you think. Coexist is a film that, I will say this, it's about people not coexisting, and that there's that reason that it's called Coexist, because of everything that happens. I'm trying to give the message that we should all coexist.
Okay.
Duality is definitely one of those trippy films where you kind of, it's kind of set up like spooky suspense, and it just turns and puts you into this world for sure, into this girl's mind, and being sleep deprived. I've heard people who've watched it sleep deprived have actually freaked out.
Yeah.
So that was cool, but it can be scary. It could be scary for some people, for sure.
Okay.
For being, no budget.
Sure.
I'm hoping it does scare the people and does its job.
Yeah.
I think they'll definitely be at least entertaining, nonetheless.
Cool. And okay, so 5, maybe 10 years from now, where do you see yourself as a filmmaker, and where do you want to be?
Where do I want to be? Man, I want to be making big productions. I want to be doing the stuff with a lot of people, and
do you want like Hollywood style, or do you want to stay kind of independent?
I mean, that's rough because I don't know exactly how big it can get in each area. I mean, I really want to do some big things. Like, I want to take it on, and experience the joy of everyone, working together and wanting to be on set and wanting to continue to make like the film and creating as a whole. I think that's really awesome. I think that's what got me into filmmaking, is just the whole experience with everyone. And I think, right now it's a good step to experience the smaller things. I mean, they're not so small, but where they're at, it probably will rise.
Yep.
So I want to experience that for sure.
All right, good. So being a fairly recent graduate of school, where you went and studied film and things like that, any advice that you would have for people, students looking to get into it, either whether going into college or in the middle of going to, I guess, film school or school for film?
Yeah, I would say, keep doing your thing. Even though it doesn't seem like all the time that it's moving forward, you're making those steps and you're making those moves, and people are watching. And if you keep doing it and you keep putting yourself out there and networking, you might meet somebody that will help you out and believe in you as well, and to making it go to the next step.
Great.
That's what you should do.
Great. Well, go ahead and plug yourself again. Tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, where they can find your films. Go ahead and just tell us. Go ahead and look at that camera right there.
The red one?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Anthony Tran, director of Trippy Tran Films, and you can look us up on YouTube, youtube.com/TrippyTranFilms. Find us on Facebook. Look for the new movie Obliquity, Imagery of the Unknown, and the new movie Devil's Point, coming out next year in 2012.
All right, great. Once again, this is Monday Night Movies. Here with Anthony Tran from Trippy Tran Films. I'm Michael C. Potter, and hope you enjoy his films for tonight. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.